Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Chris Link with Apple Industries and Faceplace Photobooths. And today I'm going to attempt to interview one of our street operators from across the country who I know I believe is respected by many because, especially in the manufacturer realm, many people, when I ask street operators to contact, his name is usually one of the first ones ever brought up. So I am honored to call him friend as well as a customer. And thank you, Scott, for being willing to do this with me. I appreciate it so much. And this is Scott Hickman, by the way, with CoinOp Solutions, based out of Marietta, Atlanta. Good morning, Scott.
Morning.
And today is July 16th, 2020, and we're just going to have a conversation, and hopefully for our beloved street operators out there, we're all in this together and we can learn from each other. I say often that everything I've ever learned in this industry, and it's soon 27 years, I learned from my street operators, and I continue to, and I don't think that'll ever change. So anyway, okay, Scott, I'm going to kind of give you the floor a little bit. I want to have you tell us a little bit about yourself. What kind of a operator you are, what kind of equipment you offer to your locations, and how you got started, and just give us a kind of a quick history about yourself.
Well, my name is Scott Hickman. I got in the industry back in 1996. Answered an ad in the newspaper for a service position at a company that was based out of South Carolina that's operating in Georgia. A company called Collins Entertainment. So I went to work for them for a few years. Then transferred to another company in the market called Game Exchange. And while I was there, I realized I should be doing this on my own without working for someone else. And in 2002, started CoinOp Solutions. And fast forward, here we are now. We primarily focus on the bar tavern market. We do have equipment in some other places, but the core of the business is the bar tavern market.
Okay, and tell us some of the pieces that you operate. What are your mainline pieces that you operate?
Jukeboxes, pool tables, video gaming that's approved in the state of Georgia, golf, Golden Tee Golf, obviously Photobooths. Those are primarily the pieces. We do Buck Hunter from Raw Thrills, but that's primarily the equipment. So
and are
actually
you
a very small glimpse of what equipment's actually available in the business. But see how we only focus on bars and taverns. It's not, there's not a vast amount of equipment that's available for that market.
So tell us about some of the locations that you operate. Well, obviously you do mostly bars.
Correct.
So tell us, what kind of bars are they that you've had good success with the Photobooths?
The better ones are obviously smoking establishments where there's a good nightlife crowd. That you really they're attracted to being in the booth and doing all kinds of crazy wild stuff in there. For three pictures. There's three pictures and there's strips. Those are primarily the best ones. I mean, we do have some photo booths that are not in bars that do very well in some of the movie theaters.
Okay.
But primarily, the bars that do well are nice drinking, smoking establishment that caters to a crowd that's from 21 to probably mid-30s.
Okay. And what other kinds of equipment do you typically have in those locations? Are they good jukebox locations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great jukebox locations. Great for pool. I mean, it's a good nightlife kind of crowd locations.
Okay. So the college age or early to mid 20s, that just the
I would
young.
say up to mid 30s for sure.
Okay. Okay, very good. Tell me too, I know this answer, but I think that it's important for everybody else to hear it from you. Do you think it's important to have your photo booth online? And
Of course.
okay, and what are the advantages that you see personally from doing that?
Credit card pay. That's the biggest. There's the lack of people actually walking around with hard currency is increasing very rapidly. I mean, a lot of the kids these days, that's all they seem to be paying with.
Well, it is something that you can do. You can have 3 different forms of payment on there. So you know what? That's something that we can talk about after this recording. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with operators of, how does this benefit your route overall? I mean, just in your own words, are you happy with your decision to invest in photo booths, and did the price point scare you at all? And in your own words, the ROI, which is what we're all concerned about, does it fall in line with the rest of your route? Is this something that just kind of talk about that a little bit, please?
The great thing about photo booths is that they hold the earnings. It doesn't fluctuate much. There's a little slight fluctuation, but what it earns is it consistently earns over and over and over and over again. Where you'll have video game of some kind that will go up and down, depends on who's there, what's going on. But the photo booth, similar to like a jukebox, kind of just stays kind of in its where it's always is. Within a few dollars, maybe. Swing of $50 between collections.
As you started out the conversation, what do you think the life is of a photo booth compared to maybe some of your other equipment?
Oh, well, that's actually a good point. I think with the software, it seems to be they seem to be upgrading themselves. I'm not being charged a software upgrade fee, so they seem to be staying current, and the longevity of the booth, other than just wear and tear from the customer. I mean, I'm guessing if we could have a booth that might go 10, 12 years, if not longer.
Well, you have one that's 15 years old, and yes, you did upgrade it, but I do remember you upgrading it now, and
Yep.
I believe I've even seen that booth, and it looked brand new.
Yes, that's only because we've done some care for it.
Yes. Well, Scott, you know what, I can't even think of anything else to ask. You know what, you did lead into a new product that we have, the Brooklyn booth. I know you've got them all out on location, but is it something that you are going to continue to purchase and continue to operate, expand?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's always a good piece. I mean, the problem we run into is that you got locations that just, for some reason, have a stigma in their mind that the photo booth is like a carnival piece or not doesn't fit into their environment. Although you try to get them to just try something, they still put up some hesitation on it. So you got to keep wearing them down till you can finally get one in, and then they go, "Oh yeah, you were right." But it's a hard path, to go down to get these people to just accept that what you're trying to do for them is a good plan.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure that you've had that experience with other things. There's always the staples, the jukebox, the pool tables, and darts, that kind of thing. But something new is always maybe a little bit more of a challenge. But once it's in, they're happy and everybody's making money, and that's really what we're all after, right?
That's exactly it.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you taking your time to do this. Thank you so much, Scott. And I also know I'm not going to give out your phone number, but if anybody wants to ask me, I'm sure Scott would be willing to talk to them one-on-one and be willing to, just kind of share if there's any other questions that they have. If you'd rather hear it from another street operator, from street operator to street operator, that's really our goal here, is that we just want to make sure that you get the information that you need. And if you feel more comfortable talking to a street operator who's walked the walk, then that's exactly what we want to be able to facilitate. So anyway, thank you again, Scott. And I know you're driving down the road, so be safe and have a great weekend.
All right, do the same. Talk to you guys later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.